Hi everybody, Scott for Angry Badger Minis. Good to see you guys again. Hopefully, you guys are going to see this a lot clearer. We are trying some new settings out with YouTube, as well as what we're doing, with the channel. Trying to make it look a little more professional and whatnot, and a more enjoyable experience. So, if you have any issues or you like what you see, like it says at the bottom, please like, share, comment and subscribe. The likes and the comments are what help get this channel out there, specifically the comments, and that's what I guess helps the YouTube algorithm get our content out there. That being said, I'd also like to say thank you again to our newest Patreon, Cameron Reed. And for those of you that are new and wondering what it's all about and what our rewards are, essentially if we reach our goal every month, go over to my Patreon and you'll see what's going on. But if we reach our goal, we're gonna be taking $90 to $95, whatever it typically costs, and no cost to you on shipping, to get you the starter set or start collecting set of your choice in that price range. So again, it'll be a random drawing if we meet the quota, if you will, or meet the goal. If we don't, we will move it on to the next month, so forth and so on, but that's the goal for every month. Anyway, we are working on Space Wolves, and what we have accomplished so far has been, we have at least one Thunderwolf cavalry group, and we've got 10 of these Fenrisian, if I can say it right, wolves. The rest of them are over here, and really impressed a little bit with, I say a little bit, really, I like the models. Okay, there are some things I'm not too keen about, like you guys saw if you paid attention to the last video, where you've got some gaps and things like that, but that stuff can be fixed, if you even care about it. The second thing is, if you're really not paying attention, these can be a little bit of a pain putting together. I mean, they actually gave me a little bit of a headache trying to fit some of the parts in there. So definitely be careful, and read the instructions your first time, to make sure you've got the right stuff going. The second thing is, if you guys will take a look here, I'm a tad bit disappointed, and there's not anything I can do about it at the moment until I purchase what I need. But let's see here. Let me get my focus squared away. Apologies. All right, so you see how on that shoulder pauldron right there, it's three-dimensional, right? Well, that three-dimensional pauldron is the reason I bought most of these armies. I wanted that. I mean, I wanted those details, not decals and whatnot. And the problem with that is, with the Space Wolves here, I get one per unit. That is not good enough for me. I want every one of my Space Wolves to have that. So I'm going to have to purchase those from old GW, and it'll be in the ballpark of about $150. And again, if you want to support this channel and support that, which is where most of this is going, please feel free to hit us up on Patreon. But anyway, I bought this army a long time ago. Now what you see here, this start collecting set though, is a replacement for models that I gave someone else. They wanted it to start in Warhammer, and the story behind it, you might enjoy the story. The story is during the year before last, I believe it was the year before last. Well, yeah, it would be because we're in a new year. We had a couple families from North Carolina come to live with us for a couple of weeks or so, from the hurricane that hit down there and just devastated their area. And in the process of them being here, I mean, it's a little hard to hide all the stuff that I have, but with what little bit of stuff I did have put together, we played a couple of games, and they got to liking it. And so one person in particular really wanted Space Wolves, and I had some Space Wolves that I was able to give him. Of course, I had to replace what I did, but it was a great trade-off, and he really appreciated it, and it's a good story. So that being said, we're going to open up this box this evening. We're going to go ahead and get the other 3 Thunderwolf Cavalry guys going, and then we're going to get started on. We're probably going to continue, just go ahead and start knocking out these, tactical. Or I'm sorry, not tactical Marines. Good lord, Wolf Pack / Blood Claws. We're gonna have to figure out, what we want there. I was also going to tell you, let me set this off to the side for a minute. I will have another set of these if everything works, is the same sprue anyway. But at the end of everything, after taking everything off the sprue, I was left with, 2 of these. 2 heads left, or sides of the heads, plus the ears, of course. And it gave me a great idea for the one Land Raider that I have with this army, is that I'm going to go ahead and put these on the side of it. Not so much as it's a wolf, they killed, but I will probably end up painting it in such a way that's more like a stone, like a sculpture, basically. And, got the seal of approval from my wife, and we'll go through and do that. And then again, I would just like to say that if you're watching this, or when you watch this, if you see any improvements that we can make to it, please let me know. If you like how it looks, that's great. Also, if I didn't say this already, we are on normal latency. So that means that there might be an even longer delay between, what I'm saying and what you guys see. I'm kind of watching both at the moment to see what happens, and I'm kind of doing things with my hands just to see. But that being said, the goal is to give you a higher quality live stream. So I think we're somewhere in a ballpark of maybe a 10 to 15 second delay. Might be 20 seconds, I don't know, something like that, versus the 5 seconds that it used to be. So bear with us. If you happen to get in the comments section or anything like that, and you got a question or anything you'd like to say, just bear with me, and I'll be with you as soon as humanly possible. All right. So let's get started on this. I've actually, believe it or not, never opened one of these before, as far as an actual start collecting box set. And this one comes with, what do we got here? This was going to come with 1 Wolf Lord, 10 Grey Hunters, and 3 Thunderwolf Cavalry. You know that I'm going to put all of the cybernetic stuff on the wolves, because, why wouldn't you, right? Let's see here. And I did go ahead and put, now very loosely, it's just a tiny drop of glue. I put the helmetless heads on these Thunderwolf Cavalry. Now, I'm not impressed. This head right here, he's not too bad. Let's see here if I can get into the camera. My apologies. One of these days I'm gonna be like super on this. If I can figure out what lens it is. Alright, well anyway, you get my point. He's got a little beard going and stuff, and he doesn't look that bad. He doesn't have his mouth open. I think that's the issue. And of course I love the hammer. Wait a minute, is this the guy? Wait a minute, no, this guy's got his mouth open, but it's not that much. It's this guy here with the big axe that doesn't have his mouth open. And it's not, those aren't bad heads. The third head and the other heads, they were pretty bad. I'm still not sold on it. Again, I like the helmets, and we'll see what ends up happening. I have a plan though. I don't know how big it is, but the Venerable Dreadnought, I'm trying to think where I put that at the moment. The Venerable Dreadnought, it's here somewhere, I promise. Anyway, Space Wolves Venerable Dreadnought has like a wolf skull or something like that that goes on the front, but I believe you can leave. Ah, there it is. I believe you can leave it off, and I can turn around and end up using that for a helmet. Yeah, it actually has a helmet that goes in there, or a couple different helmets, which is good. And of course, it's got the head, so you can make Murder Fang if you want to, and you can also make Bjorn Bjorn the Fell-Handed. So when I get to this guy, I'm probably gonna do everything I can to make Bjorn, except I'm gonna put obviously the well, we may have to do some cutting here. I want Bjorn to to be in my army, so we may have to do some trimming or some kit bashing here. I'm not real sold on those, but I like the helmet. The problem is with the helmet portion, it's got to fit in there, and I don't know. Maybe there's a way that I can do both. We'll have to see how we can kit bash that. I mean, we've already cut some stuff off like that before and put that onto the Blood Angels Land Raider, which I believe I showed you guys. But either way, when we get to paint it, you're going to see exactly what I did. But yeah, I believe that this wolf, sorry about the light, still got the shrink wrap on it. This wolf head right here is, I'll be able to use that possibly for something, either a Terminator helmet or something like that. So, all right, enough talking about that. Let's get this bad boy opened and let's see what we're working with here. It's probably in a box, I would hope. Yep. Okay. And looks like we're in good shape. We've got our 32mm bases, so that saves me some money there. Well, I mean, not really, but I mean, I've been converting everything over to 32mm. So, what I'm doing is I'm consolidating all of my trash, and yeah, I'm kind of I don't want to say I'm a neat freak because I'm not. I mean, I can get pretty sloppy with this stuff. But what I am trying to do as I go along through this whole process is I am trying to, at the same time, clean up everything and consolidate things and put them where they go. I've got some pretty nice bit box things that I need to, deal with. But like I said, as we go, we're also kind of cleaning up. All right, let's put that away for now. So this looks like the Wolf Lord. It is, and it looks like we've got one. Well, those are Terminator honors, and that looks like Death Watch or some kind of, yeah. All right, so what the heck is an Ultramarines freaking thing doing in here? What the heck? Well, that's stupid. None of this looks like, not even close to being Space Wolfy. I wonder if they just threw, yeah, this whole backpack, all of it, man. What the heck? Where's the box at? This is crazy. Yeah, that's not even the right backpack. I wonder if they just included this extra stuff. Man, all of that is Ultramarines. That's not good. What the heck, GW? Alright, let's see here. Alright, so we've got some Space Wolves going on here. Alright, I see 1, 2, 3. Well, I see one Space Wolf pauldron, and then we got 2 others that have some details on them. Make that 4 others. But those would be for the other shoulder, not, this shoulder. Ooh, we got the wolf head. I like that. The wolf helmet. That would be great for my commander, or Wolf Lord. Man, those beaky helmets, I just do not like them. I've never have. What do we got here? What is? That's a. Almost looks like a scout head. It's got like a scout visor on. Mohawks and stuff. Yeah, some of these heads are crazy. I wouldn't be caught dead with some of these beards. They're crazy. Luckily for us, because it does not look like, let's see here, 1, 2, 3. That's not good at all. 3, and then the wolf head and the beaky helmet. So basically there's, you know, normally you'll get enough helmets in here, you know, versus helmetless heads, and this appears to be the opposite. So that's a slight issue. I mean, there's some more over here, and here's some more shoulder pads, so I guess technically there's 2. Of course, one of those is going to go on your lord. And then we've got, appears to be 2 banners, Space Wolf banners. So yeah, I mean, you know, but as far as the actual helmets go, we're short on those, but that's okay because we've got plenty of bits, you know, to make that up. All right, so let's pull this Thunderwolf cavalry out. We've only got 3 of them in this one, so that'll put us at a total for 6. Apologies, I am going to, oh, okay, I don't know that that's extra, but we'll put it in our bag. And I'm going to step away for a second and put this where it goes. Through the process of all of this, I have a giant collection now of decals. So, again, not something I really necessarily want to use, but who knows, maybe they'll come in handy. Maybe it's, you know, something I'll get rid of down the road. Maybe when my little one gets big enough and he wants to do stuff, you know, I can teach him with that stuff. You never know. Alright, so we're going to put these guys away, put this ultramarine trader, you know, or ultramarine infiltrator in here. Put that away over here, and let's get to these guys. Alrighty. Well, thankfully we have some experience now putting these together, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be easy. Alright, I mean, it's not. I mean, and like I was saying, you definitely want to keep, you want to do each one separate and keep them separate. And I'm also, again, I'm barely putting any glue on the feet here because I want to build some, you know, some dynamic bases. Also, I learned a very valuable lesson about the feet, the actual, you know, paws, if you will, on these things. And let me tell you something, make sure you put them on before you attach the legs, because oh my goodness, it is a pain in you know what, because I tell you, man, it was very frustrating, to be honest with you. Like this part right here with the tail in the midsection near the, you know, the hindquarters. When I first looked at the instructions, which aren't that great as well, when I first looked at these, I mean, I thought this fit inside, and the whole time it didn't. I mean, it was just so annoying to have to deal with until I finally figured it out. And so, let's see, this guy, does he have any cybernetic legs? He does not. This is the one that's got the cybernetic head. Okay, so we're definitely rolling with that. And so this is the one that'll give me 2 extra heads as well, or I mean halves. So I'll be decking some stuff out with that. We do have a Stormfang gunship slash, what the heck is the other name for it? There's another configuration for it. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head now. I don't know. That was something I wasn't too familiar with. I bought it because it was, you know, Space Wolves only, and I was kind of excited about it. And then I read the Stormfang one, and I read that, you know, you can only fit 6 models in there, and I'm like, what the heck's going on with this? Well, further reading, if it's not the Stormfang one, you know, because of the added, you know, firepower and stuff like that, you can, you know, you can actually fit 16 models in there. So that's, you know, nothing wrong with that, of course. All right, so what we're looking for, here's that cybernetic eye. That's the one we want for this head. And let's see here, set that off to the side because we don't need it at the moment. And We're gonna need this leg. You will have one extra leg left over. And I'm kind of thinking, with my Land Raider, what am I going to do with it? I'm thinking it needs to be decked out in furs. I really do. But the odd thing for me is you got, all of these wolves and stuff that are following the Space Wolves and working for them or whatever. Yet the Space Wolves are running around with their brothers, sisters, cousins, and families all over their bodies. But I guess it's survival of the fittest on Fenris, and nobody cares. So that's the way that goes. At least that's how I'm kind of looking at it. But I think it would be cool. I'm considering. I also didn't put a lot of glue on these shields that go onto these guys, but I'm considering when it comes to the Stormfang gunship, it comes with shields that have furs and things like that or pelts on them, and I'm thinking about I haven't done it in a long time, but taking those and making my own mold sculpts out of them, so that way I could literally just put shields all over that Land Raider, kind of like a Nordic boat in a way. I just think it would be really cool. Or maybe it represents Wolfguard, that didn't make it, or what have you, that fought to the bitter end. Okay, so here's where things get a little tricky. So first thing is, like I said, we do not want to put this together yet. We want to make sure that we put the feet on first, because man, I am telling you, trying to get in between the legs and everything to put these feet on is a nightmare. Well, it's not a nightmare. It's just very, very annoying. So put them on beforehand. I mean, you have nothing to lose by doing that. I think you'll have a better time at doing it. Now, is that how I did it? No, of course not. I mean, it was after the fact that at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, man, why didn't I do that? So anyway, we're gonna put these feet on first, the actual paws, and then we will put the legs and the body together. So I see we've got somebody else watching. Feel free to say hi. All right, so one thing I need to do here. Okay, so these are 2 front paws, no problem. And usually the front paws are the bigger paws. And typically, I'm gonna have to actually get something off of here. Typically, you can figure this out pretty quickly because the back feet or back, paws are different from one another. They've got it, yeah, they're both different. So right now I'm just looking for the one that has the little hole in it that fits in there. And like I said, you're just gonna plop that bad boy in there and then let that. So easy compared to trying to do this and get around the legs, because you think you'll do it with tweezers, but it won't hold on. I mean, it just slips right out, goes flying across the room. Believe me, I was like at 2 o'clock in the morning, I was not happy. I actually lost the hand, because you'll see when it comes to the Space Marines, actually it's probably right here. No, it's not on this sprue. Hold on, here we go. If you take a look, I don't know if the camera will focus it or not, but right here, these are the actual hands that you have to glue onto the onto the arm. Right on, thank you. And and I launched one across the room and I can't find it, so I cut a hand off of a different Space Marine bit that I had and went from there. But let's see here. Yeah, so we got to put these rear feet on, or paws on first. Does the quality look better, Cameron? I've got it on normal latency. I'm wondering if it was even worth it. Alright. Let that bad boy sit. Okay. Go ahead and get these big paws on here. Good, because the normal latency is supposed to, like, I guess it's not supposed to be as good with interacting, so that's good. That's really all I was concerned about. I've been operating off of low latency since I started. So yeah, again, if you missed this, Cameron, if you get these Thunderwolf Cavalry or whatever, if you have any, make sure you put the paws on first. Don't put your wolf together and then try to put the paws on. It is a complete pain. It really is. Alright. I think we're good enough right now that we can go ahead and put the body part together and the tail. Don't get super crazy with the glue on this because it is going to leak out on you. Unless somebody's got a better idea. I don't know any other way to make that happen without it, getting all over you. Really don't. Sometimes I see things on here that might be the actual little, parts that go into holes and stuff, but you can always still put it together. And something I said last night is make sure when you go to put these together, you'll have a lot better time both glue on your fingers as well as lining it up if you look at the back of the top and the back, not the belly. Okay, and then that'll fit just fine, just like that. Be careful of the paws, are probably still not ready yet. Put a little bit of glue in there. And get that tail in there. Tail and undercarriage, we'll call it. Of course, it would help if I put it on the right way. Snaps right in there. Good fit. Right on. Yeah, this is incredibly easier than what I dealt with last night. I'm telling you, man. I was very frustrated with those paws trying to get around each leg. It was crazy. Let's see here. Gotta be careful. I know it's dry, but it's not quite dry. And so you can see what I'm talking about now. See how all those feet are together? Come on, camera. What are you doing? Stand by 1 second. Check my focus here. Ah, there it goes. My apologies. You see how close the feet are together? And then you see how they overlap? That's such a problem trying to put those paws on after the fact. Again, I wish I'd have known that, before I finished the first one and before I finished the third one. And there is some sanding, or we'll just call it form fitting, that you'll have to do when it comes to the heads. I mean, look at this, man. Look at that. Look how close all those feet are together. It's crazy. See what I mean? Just crazy. Alright, we're going to let that bad boy sit for a second and cure a little bit. I'm going to get this head going. So, this is what I was going to talk about next. Inside here, it's not that it doesn't fit, okay? It's just an awkward thing. But what you have to do, or I've had to do, is I've had to take a little bit off because there's too much of a gap, okay? And yeah, you've got little bits of, whatever, flashing or whatever, that's called. But just taking that little bit off helped with the gap exponentially. And I just did that just a little bit on each side. Nothing big. Okay. And then you've got this, you know, centerpiece, which is the ears, the eye, and the tongue. All right. Now when you put this together here, it should snap in. I'm putting a little bit of glue because I know, now that I know how to put these together, it's a lot. I mean, oh my gosh, man, it's such a pain sometimes. Especially this one with the bionic eye. Or cyborg eye, whatever you want to call it. Because you got to get it down in there. You're going to have this, you know, this gap, you know, thing protruding from the top. Now, that being said, you know, there's supposed to be, I guess, what would be considered kind of a armored plate, maybe, in a way. Perhaps. But once I've got that, well, see, like I said, it's a little bit of a pain. Once I've got that in, at least somewhat, to where it's not going to just fall right out on me. Again, you're going to get glue on your hands, man. I mean, if you're able to do it without the glue, you're awesome. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, there we go. And then gotta push this head down in there to get that eye to sit like it's supposed to. Alright, I don't think there's too much of latency, maybe about 10 seconds by what I looked at there. Okay, so let's do a test here. We're going to take this. No, if I can get it in my fingers. I'll place this down. 3212. It's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 seconds. Alright, right on. Okay, so we got about, like I said, about 15-20 second latency. Alright, so the next thing is, like I said, I am not putting these bad boys on hard because on the bases, because I want to be able to pop them off and build a nice base. Now, something that I've got to figure out, or maybe you need to figure out, depending on your style of gameplay, especially if it was match gameplay, is I read something and saw a video where supposedly it was about model heights. It was almost like it was penalizing you for your hobbying. And I remember, you know, that was like an explicit thing, or it used to be. You know, you don't do that. You know, you're not gonna penalize somebody, and that's the whole point of changing the base sizes and things like that. So I mean, if I want to put this bad boy right here up on a you know, sizable rock to give him a certain look, now all of a sudden it's about whether or not he can see over an obstacle or you can see whatever. So my suggestion to anyone in gameplay, and you know, maybe even if you're a tournament, you know, match director or whatever you guys call yourselves these days, you know, just, you know, use some common sense there. I mean, you know, and of course also the person that owns the model. I mean, think about where they would actually be, you know, in regards to you know, to being there. So that way you're not actually penalizing it. Now, you as the model person, you know, that did the model, something that I thought about doing, and I may do this, is doing something with your base that, you know, or even the, you know, the model itself, and it may be too much to even worry about, to be honest with you, but I thought, you know, just if you had that guy, you know, the guy that wants to, you know, whack or win at all costs, you can, you know, maybe you do, you know, you have a known point, or maybe you put a small piece of paint or something, you know, dot of paint or something like that, you know, that lets you know, hey, look, this is where where the top of the model would have normally been for line of sight. But again, if you're playing with somebody like that, I mean, maybe you need to find somebody else to play with. But because I mean, I can clearly foresee, you know, having this model up here. I mean, think about it, you know, he's up here on a rock, you know, about that high, plus the Space Marine is a little bit higher, you know. Oh, you shouldn't have modeled him that way. Is that really what we're going for here in this hobby? I don't think so. All right, so now the next thing you want to do, of course, just for combat's sake, close combat and stuff like that, is make sure that you give yourself some room here when you put the guy on the base. You know, you definitely want to make sure that you do that. This guy in particular, he's going to be on one leg, like supported by 1 foot. And like I've said before, the GW bases don't necessarily lend themselves very nicely to gluing with any expediency. Gotta be really careful. Also, if you're like me and you're using one of these, you know, these mats or whatever, that's what I thought. He wasn't on here, he was just balancing. Yeah, he's just balancing. You're using one of these mats or whatever, sometimes you'll get glue on them, and you'll get glue on them in such a way that they, when you try to move stuff around, it'll get stuck. Don't be afraid to grab your old sanding block here and sand that thing down, you know. It might scratch it up a little bit, but I mean, you know, you're going to be painting and gluing on it anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it. Alright, so what we've done is we've got that wolf together, and we're going to set this bad boy off to the side because this is the guy that goes with that wolf. And no, I mean, yes, you can interchange them, but the legs are going to be all jacked up. They are not the same. I mean, they look pretty close, but I'm telling you, from fitting them last night, they were not the same. Alright, so I'm going to lay that over there in the order that I've got this, and we're going to move on to the next wolf. Okay. Oh, which one is this one? One of these is really a pain. Oh, it's that one. Okay. All right. Remember the cardinal rule. Do not. Wait a minute. That's the right leg, and that's the right. We want the cyborg leg. I do anyway. Do not put this bad boy together till you have the feet on, or the paws on the legs. You'll regret it. Don't listen to me. I'm just trying to help you keep from making the same mistakes I did. What the heck? Oh, this is the one that's the pain. Oh well, guess I was wrong. What I mean by this is this wolf is like he's lunging, you know, flat out, just, you know, here, I'll show you. And because I'm only doing one, you know, one paw down, gluing it, it becomes kind of a pain to put him on there. I mean, he seems to be fine now, but I'm just not really putting any real pressure on him. Excuse me. So Cameron, are you putting any models together, painting, or what? Where are those paws at? We need the cybernetic paw. Okay. That's gonna go there. And that's that leg, okay. Whoa. Goes over there. Oh, right on. Oh, are you at a game? Or on TV? Okay, set that down for a moment. Oop, we need the ears. Roger. And for those of you that tune into the stream, again, trying to beat that algorithm, the biggest thing is leaving comments and a like. And the comment, believe it or not, is you got to do it after the stream is over. The comments in the stream apparently don't count. It's amazing how that works, huh? Alright, let's see here. What you heard was my attack squig shaking for some reason. Probably anticipating a battle. Of course, I'm joking. Alright, and we want to, again, we want to shave off a little bit on the head here on the inside so it'll match up a little better. I'm telling you, man, these sanding twigs are awesome. And I mean, you get a ton of them for next to nothing. So let's go ahead and put these paws on, give them time to dry. That was actually the intent of me doing everything else, and I got sidetracked. Paw does not seem like it goes on that foot, but that's where it goes. Like I said, there's little nuanced things that you gotta do to make it fit. Maybe it's not the right one. Of course, I didn't look at the number. Let's see here. We're gonna try the other one. My Fenrisen wolf, I'm sorry, my Thunder Wolf just came in, sniffed around, and decided I don't like the glue, maybe. Yep, that was definitely the wrong paw there. Nope. Last thing I want is for YouTube to think there's animal abuse if I have to back my chair up and I just happen to back up over my dog that wants to sit right behind me, and then she yelps and they think I'm abusing my pet. Alright. Cybernetic foot. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this one up because that's kind of not a real strong joint there, and if I have to go back and do that, I may just snap it right off. And again, like I told you, put your paws on first before you put the stinking legs together, or you're gonna, I mean, it's just such a pain. Now, probably not so much with this guy since his legs are so spread out, but it will be, you know what I mean? And again, these sanding twigs are amazing, and they come in all kinds of grits. You can get them off Amazon. I mean, a tub of them, man. And I mean, super cheap. So, all right, let's get this foot put on here, or paw. All right. Well, we had another viewer for a minute. Sorry to see you go. Okay, let me look at that foot. Yeah. Foot, paw. Okay. Let's get this one on. There we go. Yeah, this is going exceptionally faster than it was last night. I mean, I was like, man, what the heck is going on here? It was something else, let me tell you. Man, I just noticed that there's probably no way my camera will pick this up, but if you take a look, if you can, right on the side of the ear, man. I don't know if I can get that to work or not. That's really tiny. Maybe. You can see that tiny little spot right behind the eye, right where the ear is. Right there. It's some kind of, I don't know, it's like some kind of speaker or, you know, other cybernetic device. It's pretty neat. I actually didn't notice that last night when I was putting the other guys together. No, man, I'm not. Oh gosh, man, I'm not looking forward to that at all. Fine cast, yeah, more like fine ass, and I don't mean in a good way. Jesus. No, I mean, I might luck out, but that Logan Grimnar doesn't look like he's in good shape. That's all I can say. He does not look like he's in good shape. Yeah, okay. So I think we're about ready to put this bad boy here together. And again, if you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Feel free to say hello. Got any questions? What in the world am I even doing? But I also encourage you to check out my very first video, and you can get a real good idea of what adventure I am on. We're putting together an entire Space Wolves army. We've put together 7 armies so far, so in the course of 3 weeks. So we are well on our way for sure. Come on now. There we go. All right. The other thing you got to be careful of when you're doing this is if you get glue on your fingers, you got to be careful about touching the rest of the model because you're going to get it in the hairs, and then it's going to be there when you try to paint this thing. He's wavy. What do you mean, like it's warped, or is it just a bunch of stuff you got to clean up? Yeah, these are going together so much better than last night. And the tongue of the oh, that stinks. We can glue it back on. But that's a fine cast model, I take it. Oh, that's right. You did. You showed me that. What, a few days ago? That's right. All right, now the moment of truth. Well, not the moment of truth, but the part that I can't stand with this particular model is gluing him to the base with 1 foot. Actually, I better put the head on first. And they don't leave a lot of room for really doing much with the heads of these wolves, which is unfortunate because I would like to, you know, turn things a different way, but if you do, then you get this gap, you know, underneath, and unless you've got green stuff and that kind of talent, you're still going to have a gap anyway, but you're going to have to make that gap up somehow, somewhere around the neck, somewhere. And I haven't done that, and man, I don't even know how long. So, but that's not a priority for me at the moment. my priority is getting these armies put together so that I can then turn around, play with them, and start painting. I mean, it's been, gosh, 20 years. Some of this stuff hadn't, you know, never seen the light of day other than the day it was made, sitting in a box that whole time. That's a hell of a lot of armies you're putting together. I've been looking for some display cabinets for ages and picked up on your cabinets from IKEA. Right on, Mike. Or Mick, sorry. Yeah, Mick Dundee, right on. I love it. Yeah, man, I may have to get a couple more. I'm hoping not, only because I probably hate putting those together more than I do, you know, anything else. So, but, you know, it's the hobby we love to hate and sometimes, and slay the gray, and I'm actually really excited. I'm finally getting to all of this. Just so happens we have them available here in IKEA in Melbourne, so thanks for that. Well, you're lucky because I have to, where I live in Virginia, I have to actually order them, and it ain't cheap, the shipping, I can tell you that. I've actually never lived anywhere closer than 2 hours from an IKEA. And there's not one even within that distance from where we live now. But it is what it is, man. Oh, I was gonna tell you, did you see the part where I used the acrylic shelves or shelving, so that you can make, you know, multiple shelves, because you only get, you know, the 3 glass shelves in there for four spaces. I think your hardware store, you can get it for, I don't know, $75, I think, and you know, just have them cut it. I mean, I don't know how it is in Australia, but you know, right on. And thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Makes it all worth the while, that's for sure. All right, so here we are again. Wait a minute. Why do I have a paw? Oh, that's right. It was the wrong paw. So we're gonna leave that in order, and now we're gonna move on to the last Fenrisen Wolf, or I'm sorry, Thunderwolf Cavalry. And again, we're keeping this in order because I don't feel like looking at the directions anymore, and they suck anyway. They're horrible directions, and we can just go from there. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about this army. It's kind of a toss-up. I mean, honestly, if we say what was my actual first army, I thought it was maybe Blood Angels, but I only put like 5 of them, or I mean painted 5 of them in that particular color scheme. And I mean, I wouldn't even call it paint. I'd call it, I dropped it in an enamel bottle. It was so horrible way back when, because I didn't even know what I was doing. It's amazing, you know. I put together model planes and all that kind of stuff my whole life, and when I got to Warhammer, you know, when I came across that, it was like all of a sudden I just got stupid, didn't know how to paint anything. And by the time it was over with, I was, oh my gosh, man, it was horrible. I mean, I don't even know if there was any detail left. But the first real army that I ever put together, and I gave it away to another veteran, was Space Wolves. And I mean, that one was a legit, like, full-on army. So you're building your first army. Love Black Templars. Bought over 3,000 points, but built 2/3 and airbrush coated my first ever models. Pff, heck yeah, man. I just finished, well, no, I just finished Blood Angels, and before that I finished putting my Black Templars together. I don't even know how many, I couldn't even tell you how many points there are. It's ridiculous. There's 2 Land Raiders in there, if that helps. And I've been mostly paying attention to the power level, so I probably don't even have a clue what the you know, what the actual points level is anymore. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I mean, last time I competed, man, was, I don't even know. It was probably 15, no, yeah, at least 15 years ago. I think I even told a story on one of my videos about that. One of my earlier videos, but 2 impulsors. Oh, right on. Yeah, I'm when it comes to Primaris and stuff, I've got a ton of, well, if you saw the video, you saw all those box sets I've got that will have Primaris in them, along with Death Guard. But I don't know, man. They just look weird to me standing next to the Firstborn, or your regular Marines, and I just I don't know, man. I just don't know if I can do it. I mean, I've got them. They're definitely going to get put together and painted, probably in the Salamander's color scheme. I love the heroic, way it goes, and what I think I'm going to do is, once I'm done with all these armies and stuff that I have, I'm going to turn around and just, it's going to be nothing but Primaris from there. And yeah, oh, absolutely, man. I'm trying to you'd have to look back at the Black Templars. I think I laid them all out for everybody to see. I might not have, but if you look at the video, I think you can see it. Most of it is, get up there. I mean, I don't know if you're doing the same thing I'm doing, but I'm trying to, play more in a lore way, because that's what they would do. They're not, sit back and, do any siege kind of stuff. They're, they just kind of get in that righteous fury deal. So let's see here. Feet. Where is the bionic foot? There it is. I'm really looking forward to it, though. I wanted to buy some more Thunderwolf Cavalry and some more Fenrisen Wolves. I don't even know if I can say it right. But you can't get the Thunderwolf Cavalry right now unless you want to get it on eBay for $20 more than what they cost. Screw that. I'll wait. That's like absolutely ridiculous. Let's see, where's the bigger paw here? I think it's this one. There's a lot of price gouging going on for sure. A lot of price gouging. I was on, oh gosh, what do you call it? Facebook Marketplace. It was either yesterday or today. I don't know. I've had so much going on today, I don't remember. But I mean, I don't even know how I got on. I didn't even really realize there was a marketplace. And so, of course, the first thing I looked for was 40K stuff. And they've got stuff that they're selling. Of course, you got to contact the seller and stuff. But there's people on there with recasts and all kinds of stuff. You know, and I'm not hating on the recast thing. I mean, especially you, Mick. I mean, gosh, you guys pay a tax like, you know, just crazy. You guys get robbed, or pardon the candor, but you guys get raped by GW every time you turn around, it seems like. I don't know why I just pulled that base over there. Let's see here. Okay, we got foot. Blade Guard veterans, assault terminators, assault intercessors, Primaris aggressors, Primaris eradicators, and outriders. It sounds like you're going competitive to me. Not that that's a bad thing. Or maybe you're just trying to get your money's worth. I'm just kidding. I want, once I get all this stuff going, we're going to be doing battle reports and all kinds of stuff here, and I'm really looking forward to doing that and doing it, you know, more to a narrative-based deal. That isn't, whoa. So you say this is your first army. I mean, I guess you haven't been playing long, Mick? Let's see here. Get that one. I really like these cybernetic feet and legs. They're pretty cool. Yeah, my looking at your last comment there, Mick, talking about Outriders, I have one box set of the Indominus thing, and that's where I've got some Outriders. That's about it. I think. I don't think they came in the other box. And then I've got, haven't played it all, bought my army in February. Well, hey, I mean, what you see me putting together, I've had for decades, as you know. What was I going to say? I have 50, it's either 51 or 53 bikes in the Raven Wing, not including attack bikes. I still have more bikes, but they're going to be, I think I'm going to make a small White Scars contingent, something like that. All right. Oop, got one more guy. Forgot his foot. Should be this one right here. I thought also about doing, I know it's late in the game. I mean, I've already watched it, of course, but I thought about doing a well, dude, hey, Cameron on here, he probably got one of the last in the US. I know there's more, but I mean, he got it for a pretty decent price, I think. What'd you get? You got $170 or $180 US, I think, something like that. And I don't even remember. I mean, I forget how much I got mine for. And I only bought it not because I needed the Primaris, because I don't. If you look at all the other, you know, starter sets that I got from 8th edition, I needed the rule book, and I figured, well, you know, how much more money am I really spending for all those models? 200? Really? Man, I thought you got a little cheaper than that. What was I saying beforehand? Nah, crap, I don't remember. Something I thought I was talking about. No, I don't remember. Don't get old. Don't get old. Yeah, I started this hobby in '98 by sheer accident because I had bought a set, or a small 5-man box set of, it said Space Wolves on the box, and they were all beaky Marines, so they should have been second edition, I would believe. And it was in a pawn shop. There was nothing else in there but that one box. And so, I was like, oh, this is kind of cool, and figured I'd buy that. And I don't even remember what happened to them, but I think it was probably 4 or 5 years later. I got married or whatever. Big mistake to that one in particular. And we're walking in a mall, and here's this Games Workshop store, and my eye caught the hold on a second. 1 second. What the heck happened here? I think I know what the problem is. I don't know, my phone might have done something or died. Isn't that something? Since that's my, yep, we're dead. 1 second, I'll get a plug or something. I can also, let's see here. That kind of stinks, huh? That's the first time that's happened. I mean, I've been on this thing for 3-4 hours. Although we were setting up a shooting range today, so that might have something to do with it. Question is, can we get her going fast enough for you guys to stick around? Hopefully you will. But yeah, man, I saw the store, didn't know anything about it, but right through the window, as far away as I was, I recognized those Space Marines, and I was like, holy crap, this is a thing, And sure enough, man, that started it for me. The rest is history. I got this on a speed charger thing here. Used to collect Airfix toy soldiers. What's a Airfix toy soldier? Or do you mean Anfix? Had thousands of them. Recently saw some 40K vids on YouTube, and that got me looking at models, and I just jumped in, boots and all. Man, I hear that. I hear that. I tell you what, man. I mean, one of the most awkward moments, not awkward in a bad way, but I mean, like, for me, that I was, my wife, when I met her, head over heels, and all I could think of is, oh my gosh, man, when she sees all this stuff. Oh, it is? So it is Airfix. Okay, right on. And as soon as she saw all my stuff, that'd be the end of that. That date, or, that relationship would end fast. But I figured, might as well tell her, because I enjoy it. And I almost sold all my stuff at one point. Glad I didn't. Very glad I didn't. Man, it's amazing how easily and quickly these models are going together compared to last night. Man, I was losing my mind. I almost lived up to the Angry Badger moniker. Almost. Alright, let's put this over here. We don't need this foot. And I appreciate y'all, the patience, and the fact that my phone died. Or my camera died. We're low budget. Oh, I forgot. We gotta sand this down. So again, if you get these wolves, do not forget to do that on the inside there, or it just won't. I don't know. It just won't match up. At least none of mine have. Was there two of them? What the heck happened here? Somehow this is, I don't remember there being two with bionic eyes. Oh yes it is, it just doesn't stick out. Okay, right on, didn't realize that. Right on, right on. Okay, just doesn't stick out like the other one, like he didn't get half his brain blown out or skull. Yeah, basically what's going on with my other camera, it's the best camera that I have, you know, other than this Logitech Brio, and you know, it's this Samsung phone and it's got a really amazing camera on it, but I'm using Droid OBS to Wi-Fi to my OBS on my computer and doing it that way. But we were out for a while today, working on our range and stuff here, and we don't get signal there, so it was probably roaming like crazy. Infiltrators and incursors. I don't know what the incursors are yet. I haven't heard that one before. Trying to see if I can get my phone to turn on here. It's charging, but doesn't look like we got enough charge yet. So yeah, really sucks, man. You guys showed up and then all of a sudden everything died. Gosh. Gotta be the worst YouTuber in the world at the moment. Maybe if I had one more webcam, which I don't. Alright, man. So this bad boy is together. We're going to put him on the base, just so you guys can see. And again, thanks for your patience. Man, I really do not like these GW bases, man. They just do not want to take glue at all. And I don't want to put a bunch of glue on, like I said, because I want to be able to pop these bad boys off and put a, you know, build a nice, you know, scenic base for them. Alright, so we got those three wolves done. Let them sit there. Put this back in order. So what I'm doing now, because of the nuance of these particular wolves, for whatever reason that GW did this, is I am setting them up so I can then cut out their Space Marine counterparts or riders and put them in a pile next to them. And the only thing I'm worried about or concerned with at the moment is the bodies. I'm not worried about shields and all that other stuff. It's not worth it to me at the moment. Alright, we're at 2%. See if I can get it to start up. Looks like it might be starting up. I'll tell you what really annoys me sometimes is when you get those updates or whatever, and you don't know you're getting an update. We're almost there, if everything works out. Let's see. DroidCam OBS. Change the IP on me. Hey, hey. We'll see how long this lasts, guys. But we are plugged in. So hopefully that worked out okay. Let's see. Yeah, I know. It seems like every time you do, when you do an update or whatever, it resets everything and it just becomes just absolutely annoying. I don't know. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. We need the saddle, which is weird. And let's see, the rest of this can wait. Yep, the rest of that can wait. For the second guy. Easy. This guy tried to run away. Absolute heresy. Is that working okay for you guys? Able to see everything? Okay. I think when I put this Tau army together, when I put it together, this channel's gonna die. Not that I could blame anybody. I've been not wanting to put them together. Wait a minute. I'm missing a saddle here. Oh, there it is. Alright. Put this saddle on. Because it's a pain. It's not really a pain, it just doesn't want to sit right. And again, you gotta be careful with the glue, because if you don't, you're gonna have glue all over your fur, and then you're gonna be painting over that crap. You're not gonna get the stuff you want on there. It's gonna fill in all your fur, and you're just gonna have one. You're gonna have to freehand is what you're gonna have to do. But again, guys, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. It's awesome. Obviously, I'm not going to have all these armies painted by Christmas, but, you know. Come on, man. And this is the challenge, is putting this guy on here so that he will glue and holding him down, but not breaking off the wolf off of the base because of the little bit of glue that I put on there. Alright, you're just gonna have to sit there and figure out what it is that you're doing, because I'm done messing with you. I don't know. I mean, I have a plan. I really do. I have a great plan for the paint job, for everything. And if I do it in batch painting, you know, in the steps that I want to do it, I think they're going to come out amazing. It's just going to be a little bit slower of a process. And I kind of put myself, you know, on a timeline that I don't need to be on. But I figured, especially if I'm going to do this YouTube thing, I need to, you know, try to show progress. And, you know, I mean, you know, it's the least I can do, you know, in some ways. But I think once I start painting and people see how I'm painting, you know, they'll be able to appreciate that, and that'll be, you know, the different story. So what I'll probably do is, like, you know, in parts, you know, like painting, I don't know, you know, Blood Claws Part 1, you know, and then, you know, you get to see, you know, what it is that I'm doing, you know, step by step kind of thing. I think that might work pretty well for some people. I mean, believe me, there are tons of miniature painting channels out there. I watch them, you know, and you know, everybody's got their own way of doing stuff. The thing is, a lot of these guys, you know, they're spending a lot of money on stuff that I'm probably not going to be able to afford anytime soon. And if I can get, I don't know if the light will work on this, but if I can get, you know, just with the little bit of stuff that I have, hold on, I forgot this thing goes back to default. If I can get the paint jobs that I can do, you know, with the little bit that I have, you know, as smooth as they are and everything else, I know it's not the best light, but you know, I can be happy with that. You know, I mean, I was doing that before I even knew what the heck a zenithal highlight was. Never even heard of it. I have undercoated a few in black, and to me it looked good enough to paint as is. But when I tried painting a couple, I quickly realized I can't see the detail even with my glasses on. So, I mean, you may already know this. Something you can do that will help you out is get yourself some gray paint, okay, you know, and then dry brush over the entire model. Because once you're done, yeah, see, well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you may not even need that, and you got to be careful with those headsets, because you can get some motion sickness there, depending on how long you're painting. But take that gray, you know, put it on, like, get yourself a makeup brush, you know, like a woman uses, you know, to put her blush on or whatever, and you know, put the gray paint on there. Get it on a, you don't need a lot, you know, but get some gray paint on there, and then wipe off, like brush it off as much as you possibly can onto a paper towel, and then lightly go over the entire model, and you'll see all of the detail again. But don't panic, because I mean, once you do that, you're gonna see gray in places you probably didn't want to, and the easiest way to do this is brush down, you know, from the top down. That way you don't, you know, get stuff up inside. And then when you're done, use some Nuln oil, or, you know, a black wash or something like that, and when it goes over the top of the gray, you're not even going to see it again. You know what I mean? Other than, you know, depending on how much you water it down and you want to see it as far as translucence. But I mean, that's an easy way to get those details back. You know what I mean? All right, let's put these bodies together here. I saw a magnifying headset. Apparently it was like 20 bucks on Amazon. Gosh, what was the name of that guy that was using that thing? He said he was all excited, had different lenses for different things, you know, but then he got kind of, you know, sick from doing it, from his eyes having to constantly adjust and stuff. If you guys see me looking off to the sides, because I'm looking at your comments. Alright, so we've got 3 bodies now. Who do we want doing what here? What did I do with the other guy? Okay, so we'll kind of change that up a little bit. And now everything is relatively generic because the parts are on different sprues. So not something you necessarily have to worry about, really. Alright, so... Oh yeah, because I know I'm going to do shields. So, got to cut these little hands off, which I can't believe Games Workshop did this. This is the most annoying portion of putting this stuff together. And they did it for, you know, everything, basically. Just blows my mind why they thought this was a good idea. Alright, got those 3. Get those glued so they can do what they do. Oop. So I gotta do a little sanding first. Probably wouldn't hurt anyway, because that way the connection will be a little bit better. So here's a question for all of you guys. Should I, once I get all the armies put together, I have terrain that's already put together. Should I focus on putting terrain, painting terrain real quick, or you know, first before I start painting an army? That way, in my mind, if I do that, then I'll paint the armies to match the scheme of the terrain. What's your thoughts on that? Man, these little hands are small, boy. And you can't grip it with tweezers, 'cause it'll just pop off and fly across a room. I've already learned that. Alright. Oh yeah, something else about these hands. They've got a little grip thing underneath them, like a hole that looks like the shield would go in it. It doesn't. Doesn't even make any sense to me. I believe it's supposed to be like where they can grab the hair on the back of the wolf, but no matter what I did, I could not get the shield to be in that hand. And you can't even see the hand anyway. Bob Ross. Yeah. So if you want a tree here, you can just do this. That's hilarious. I saw one heck of a painting on a orc stompa today that some guy did. Yeah, paint that happy little bush. Oh man, that's hilarious. The guy did a heck of a, I mean, great job on this stompa. It was Bad Moon's orcs. And I was like, man, that is amazing. That's a great idea. And then my OCD kicked in and I went, wait a minute, orcs can't paint that good. So, but it was still an amazing piece. All freehand. Of course, when you've got that much space to work with, you know, you can do a lot more. But I have seen in the past, some really awesome, you know, stuff done. Oh my gosh, I just dropped a hand on the floor. Oh, I don't know if we're gonna find it. Oh, we found it. Boy, that's luck. Man, if I could only get that lucky and win the lottery. It just pops right out of your hand, man. Yeah, I've seen some stuff in the past that guys painted on shoulders of Space Marines and stuff. I mean, my goodness, it's crazy what they were able to, you know, murals and stuff they were able to put on there. And that's what I plan on doing with at least my Dark Angels Land Raider, and probably on some of these other things too. You know, we'll just see, you know, how it works out. But I mean, I don't foresee Space Wolves having, you know, a mural on their Land Raider. They would think that's just too, you know, pomp and circumstance. Blood Angels, sure. Dark Angels, definitely. But, you know, nobody else, really. Okay, so those are drying. Now we're going to cut the heads out. Cut the heads off, however you want to say it. Go with the same ones that I used before because they were the less annoying ones. But yeah, this definitely is going faster than it did last night, let me tell you. Oh, thunderstorm coming in. I can hear the thunder. Hopefully that doesn't affect our internet. We've got fiber internet, but you know, if the power goes out, there's that. But I think we'll be good. My dog says she doesn't think so. She just had to chime in. Okay, so I like these axes and hammers, so I have to go back to the Spitz box and find another axe. The one like that guy has, because and wouldn't you know it, right there on top. Awesome. How about that? And most of this stuff is Black Templar stuff, and I've been appropriating it across everything. Just been sanding things off, you know, getting the details I wanted. Okay, now this guy's leaning off. That's how he was. So leaning way off too, man. It's crazy. You kind of have to turn the body in the opposite direction that you want your shields if you're going to use shields, to get it to work where the shield's not right over top of the damn wolf's body, you know. What's going on with that? There's some kind of craziness going on here. I have to switch that up. Okay, that does not want to go on there. What's going on here? What are you doing? Yep, same here, man. Same here. And then I ended up using them for my Black Templars, Land Raiders, and of course the Blood Angels as well. Well, that just popped off of there, didn't it? Man, it's gotta be a pain today. Yeah, I'm not into the whole decal thing anymore. Those days are over for me. Just not my thing. I want the 3D stuff, and I want to see it stick out, and I guess it's kind of a pride thing in my army. I don't know. Little stubborn piece of flashing here. Are you guys, Mick, are you guys in Australia able to get that new, what the heck is it called? I guess it's like Conquest, whatever the new magazine is. It's going to have, like, you know, a model per magazine or something like that. I know we can't get it here in the United States, which I think is ridiculous, but whatever. And if I sound like I'm talking a lot, it's because I figure Dead Space is no good, and I also heard about that last night on a YouTube channel for people that have beginner YouTube channels. Just like, look, you know, Dead Space longer than a minute's no good. Yeah, that's it. Imperium. Are you guys able to get that whatever that subscription? Did you guys see the Necromunda first-person shooter game? The release of the trailer today. It's freaking awesome. I normally don't like stuff where you have to play a specific protagonist, but it looked awesome. And it's supposedly by the same guys who made Space Hulk Deathwing, which I can't wait to be doing some of that on here as well, along with Dawn of War and whatnot. So Cameron, no pressure. You got to get that game, Space Hulk Deathwing. Of course, we both probably need better computers. Nope, I forgot I got to cut those arms off for those guys. Got carried away. Now you may be asking yourself too, if you've noticed that when I do this stuff, I'm not putting on all the little, oh, you can't get it either? Oh man. Oh, you will? Well, that's, hey, man, you're lucky. You may wonder, like, you know, why I'm not putting on like the little grenades and stuff like that on everybody. I'm gonna do that, you know, when I do my last bit of cleanup for all the armies right before I paint them. That's part of my sorting procedures, to find all that stuff and get it all, you know, squared away, and see who really needs it, where it's going to fit in, where it's just going to be too much of a hassle to even paint it, you know, stuff like that. I was reminded of that when I put together the I think is it Black Templars, Salt Marines? I can't remember now. One of the assault groups I just put together. Alright. I think you guys have glued enough. So we're going to, yeah, we'll glue these guys' arms on first so we can get them ready for the shields. A little dab will do ya. We got 4 people watching, but only 2 people talking. Don't be a stranger. Yeah, I'm starting to get glue on my fingers. Gotta love it. Shoot. Oh, let go of my finger. Always keep a pair of tweezers around, but they're not always the answer to all your problems. Especially if you can't get the angle right. Gosh. Son of a gun. Does not want to play ball today. Oh, now twist with me. Nope. You did, but that was too much. And now you want to slide off the back. Typical. There we go. All right. Oh no! This is the guy that is having the saddle problem that I had last night. Same model variant. All right, let's see what your problem is. There it is. I'm trying to think where our nearest Games Workshop actual store would be. It's got to be Richmond. That's a couple hours away. Not even worth the drive. Oh my goodness, come on, man. Come on, get on there. Oh boy. Ain't one thing, it's another. Is there, Mick, if you're still around, are you guys like gaming around? Like with, you know, the coof? I don't think we're allowed to call it what it is. I don't know. I don't want to get banned before I get started on this channel. I think I'm gonna switch these two guys up. Nah, screw it. We'll keep it the same. Why not? I don't think anybody's gonna be paying attention anyway. I wonder if you can use these, you know, these Thunderwolf Cavalry and stuff as for Kill Team. I've not even played Kill Team, but you know, I'm curious if you could. I think it would be kind of neat. They don't seem that strong, so I don't see why it would be much of a problem. more of a fun unit, you know, maybe an objective taker, not so much a holder, but you know, definitely more interesting than bikes. My goodness, man. Nothing wants to stick tonight. This is crazy. I'll tell you something else, Cameron, that you need in your little toolkit is blue tack. That'll help with figuring out where you want stuff to be. Nah, no offense, man. I mean, it's not everything you read about though here. I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, and you know, no offense at all. Of course, you know, one great thing about Australia is you don't have you know, a ton of people coming across your border. Not trying to really get into politics, but that's one thing, you know, about your country that I've learned in the time that I spent there and whatnot, which wasn't, you know, obviously I don't live there, so it's a different perspective, but you know, there's rules that you guys adhere to and stick by for the most part. Which is a good thing. So did you play in that tournament, or oh wait a minute, no, you said you got your army in February, that's right. I'm assuming you went and watched it, or is that maybe what got you into the hobby? Oh, that stinks. Well, then again, maybe it doesn't, because maybe if you went there and you saw, you know, depending on how that tournament was ran and how people were acting, maybe you wouldn't have got into the hobby. Who knows? There are some guys out there that really can't stand to lose, that's for sure. Oh my gosh, this model. You are just going to be the bane of my existence tonight. Where's my hammer? Anybody got a lighter? We'll melt this bad boy down. I'm kidding. Of course I'm kidding. There's I don't remember who these guys are. I mean, I've only watched them a couple times, but so I probably have this wrong. And I brought this up in one of my other videos. That, man, I wish, yeah, I don't know who they are, but this one guy, he hosts a lot. I guess he's like one of their main guys that hosts and, you know, plays on YouTube, and or at least, you know, puts them on YouTube. But man, I've watched this guy, and I mean, he's supposed to be there, you know, having fun with guest stars or, you know, people, you know, coming there and whatnot. but the look on his face, man, anytime he's about to get shot, or you know, close combat, or looks like he's losing, it is, I mean, dude, it's like, man, this guy's pissed, and like he's not supposed to lose or something. And I just don't even know what to make of that. But then again, like I said too, he may just have one of those faces like I do. Unless I overtly smile, I probably look like I'm angry. You never can tell. I try to watch a lot of these battle reports on YouTube, but some of them, man, they go way too fast. Meaning, like, you know, they've got all their little buzzwords now, you know, and I know that they think they're doing well for, you know, most people, but I think it's really just to the people that, you know, or it matters to the people, maybe the younger crowd, if you will, or something like that, where, you know, this is all they do. And I mean, I understand that, because back in 3rd edition, I mean, my gosh, we had a 40-man gaming club, and I was, you know, the vice president of that thing, and, you know, basically the overarching rules Nazi, because you had to be. But yeah, it's I don't know. Sometimes I get a little lost, and I'm like, all right, well, I'll go find somebody else that might be talking a little slower and explaining things about what they're talking about. And, you know, and I'm not even hating on the guys. I mean, they're just, you know, they're getting involved in their game or whatever. But and I guess, you know, there's an attention span to be had, and, you know, stuff like that. But some of it just seems to go too fast, you know, in my opinion. I'm also barely putting these pauldrons on, because of the fact that I have to order those Space Wolf, you know, shoulder pads that didn't come with this thing. Yeah, I Mini Wargaming, I'm actually a Silver Vault member with them. I have been for years. Yeah, they're pretty decent. The only issue is they get to doing some of the talking over one another, and sometimes I can't, you know, deal with it. But that's, you know, that's my problem. It's not theirs. What the symbols mean? What do you mean? What symbols? Are you talking about like the unit symbols, like fast attack, elite, headquarters, that kind of stuff, or what do you mean? Okay. Love you.
Tomorrow I have to take kids to school. Just see if Scotty needs to go with me or not. I'm hoping not, because I wonder what the weather's going to be like.
1 second, guys. All right, I'm back.
You gotta learn from your baby. Put your toys away. He does.
Yeah, I think after these wolves, well, I mean, the Land Raider's a Land Raider. That's easy to, you know, to deal with. I'm actually kind of amazed how fast I put those Land Raiders together, and these drop pods. I mean, this, oh man. And I think I said in my video I had like 20 drop pods. Boy, was I wrong. Man, I had close to, I think, 35 or something like that. I don't know. This army alone has 7 or 8 drop pods. I totally messed that one up. And I mean, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, I'm going to paint them, you know, paint the drop pods not in the color scheme of the army anyway, more generic, so I'll always have enough depending on, you know, whatever army. So it makes me wonder, how many could I possibly ever need, and do I need to hold on to the, and bother putting together the other ones, and the wargaming hoarder in me says, yes, you hold on to all of it and you put it all together. And it makes me think that maybe down the road that I'll see where, how I want to play whatever army, or what I'm able to play with them as far as the numbers of models that I have. And then I may go back and paint them, the symbols on the back by the assembly booklet for movement and the rest. Symbols on the back by the assembly booklet. I guess I'm not quite understanding what you're saying. Oh yeah, dude, you definitely want drop pods for Black Templars, man. I mean, if you want to be, up in their face and everything, absolutely. Yeah, but I'm not tracking on what you just said. The symbols on the back by the assembly booklet for movement and the rest. Yeah, I'm not tracking, man. Sorry. But I am curious. Can hear my little man. He woke up. He's letting the chaos gods know he is here. So I'm just killing time right now, cutting all this stuff out while this stuff dries, the glue dries, because it's these pivot points or attachment points are really, there's not much for the stuff to hold on to, so can't really go around messing with them at the moment. And I needed to get this stuff off the sprues anyway, so. But all we've got left to do is put the backpacks on, the heads, shoulders, and shields. And that's it. And then these wolves will be complete. I don't know. In my mind, when it comes to drop pods, Mick, it's like that's the way, the majority of Space Marines make it down. I mean, I get, I've read a lot of books, I've got a lot of books, and, there's some tactical maneuvering, if you will. But in my mind, everything is hard and fast and in your face. And, some of the most exciting reads I ever did. Oh, yeah, okay, I'm tracking now. Well, I mean, you really don't have to, I guess, play with it that way. But yeah, the some of the most exciting reads that I've ever done or jeez, is when you've got a drop pod that is coming down from orbit, and it's crashing right through a building, or gets stuck in a building, and and then they that was on purpose though. They launched it right into there. And I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe there was one of those, and that happened in one of the Horus Heresy books. I think it might have been the first or second book. I wish I had them all. I'm hoping they'll make, once they get done with all of that, they'll make them all available and maybe have, better artwork and stuff like that. Maybe even an omnibus. You do know that Space Marines now have 2 wounds, right? It only took, you know, the entirety of my gaming career for that to happen, but now firstborn Space Marines have 2 wounds. What is that? I don't know. And last sprue, and then we should be good to go to glue this crap on, I hope. But yeah, man, all right, brother. Thanks a lot. Sorry you guys had to deal with the, you know, lack of stream when the phone died, camera died, whatever. Get some models put together. I know you're slacking. Take it from me, you can't play with them in the box. Isn't that the truth? Yeah, he's a good egg. I'm actually kind of happy I started this YouTube channel. It's fun to do. I'm doing something that I love doing at the same time, so there's that. I just can't wait to get into the video editing portion of stuff. I just got to find the time and figure out the direction I would like to go. I hear you. I hear you. You guys are getting ready, if you haven't already, to roll up on winter or fall, I believe, if I have that correct. And that's it for the sprues. All right, so let's we're gonna add just a tad bit more glue at the joints for the arms, just because. Try not to touch the waist because of that one guy that's probably still not glued down. Never can tell. And then I'm just gonna do a little swipe. That's about it for the shoulder pauldron, so that way I'll have essentially a completed model, but I can go back and take a flathead screwdriver and pry that thing off if I want to. Which, you know, once I get the stuff that I need, I probably will. Bit of glue. much. Let's see what I gave that guy. Okay. Alright. You, sir, can have a seat. A little bit of glue. Now this guy actually has the 75. I like it when it's cold, man. I don't like the heat at all. Give me a bunch of snow on the ground and I don't even care if it's rainy and wet. Let's see here. What did this guy get? Oh, that's right. This dude's getting that whole cape thing on his. So he gets the flat one. Nope, still got to sand that off. I've probably done more sanding with this, you know. Yeah, I hear you. I've probably done more sanding with these armies than I ever have in my entire career of putting these models together. It's crazy. Alright, this is what we're doing. Putting this little fur thing on. I remember this was a pain in the butt last night, and that was with the backpack on. I'm hoping it won't be tonight without it. Just trying to remember how I put it on there though. It doesn't look right. Nope, it's not right. Alright, let's see. Maybe that's how I did it. Nope, that's not how I did it either. Oh, that's why. Because that arm is up more. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Wait, I'm on the wrong guy. What the heck? Oh no! I even put the shoulder pad on the wrong guy. Crap! Oh, I got it off. Whew. Yeah, I like to snowboard. I did skiing when I was in high school, but once I learned how to snowboard, man, that was it. Of course, I already surfed, so there was that. Yeah, I put that one on the wrong guy. I'm in the wrong ambush site. Yeah, shoot. Well, it'll be fine. No, it won't be fine because it's going to bother me. I'll get that off of there. So particular. Yeah, I've got a little one now. He's 15 going on 16 months. And an adopted son who's 18. And we got a little girl on the way here in about, well, last week of April, first week of May time frame. So we're pretty excited about that. Of course I'm going to drop you on the floor. And the worst part about having a rolling chair is if you roll over it, you break it. Probably just move the camera all out of whack. Oh wow, I actually didn't screw it up that bad. That's crazy. Huh. Right on. It went right underneath the tripod. And I had to move it to get it. There we go. That's what I was looking for in a roundabout way. Yeah, I can, whoop, nope, can't live with that. Won't be able to get the backpack on. Or whatever you want to call it. Power pack. Something like that. There we go. Finally. Okay. So we just need to put some... Well, is that dry? Yeah, a little bit. Alright, good. So just put a little dab there. Put the shield on. And I'll be right back. Well, I went to get me a water. I just realized I had one sitting here. How about that? Interesting. Don't get old. That's the saying on this channel. Don't get old. Alright. Okay. So now, put backpacks on, or power supplies, whatever the hell you want to call them. Wait a minute, wrong one. This guy's got a specific one I want him to have. It's got this little tassel on the bottom. You know, that almost, there's no way this will get picked up on camera. It almost looks like it's a piece of flash, but it's not. It's like a ring or something that they put into the power pack. Of course Space Wolves would do that. Of course they would. Probably looks like I'm filing my nails right now. Or as you guys would say over there in Australia, Mick, that dude's a Sheila. Okay. Heads and shields. What can we do here? And then our 6 Thunderwolf Cavalry will be done. I really wish I had more, just because they are cool models. They're a pain to put together, but they are cool, especially these little wolves here too. Although I'm not really sure why they decided that it would be a good idea to make everything in 2 parts. But it is what it is. Also, these bases are huge, man. What are these, 60 millimeter? I mean, my gosh, and they're not even that good. I mean, you know, comparatively speaking, you could probably kill them with mortal wounds. I mean, hell, that new demon, oh gosh, what is his name? The new model that they're releasing, I can't remember now. He ignores invulnerable saves and all that kind of stuff. Not that these guys have them. I mean, it's just like, what's the point? Other than having fun. It's about all you can do. What can you do? Oh, I know what I was gonna say way back when. I was gonna say I'd already watched Astartes. You know, I mean, I'm late to the game. Now I know what I was gonna say. But I was thinking about doing a, I don't know if you'd call it a reaction trail or a video, or if you would, you know, just, I don't know. I mean, because I mean, I don't really get like some of these guys, and I don't want to say they're faking it, but like I saw this one guy, he said he's a Royal Marine, and you know, it's like Royal Marine reacts to Astartes, and guys like, what the heck? And I mean, of course, half the stuff he's talking about, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and I mean, that's just because he's not in the hobby. And then I've listened to guys that are in the hobby, and they don't know what they're talking about, at least according to them, that they were in the hobby. And so I thought about maybe doing that, you know, talking about what was going on. And when I started to think about it, or I mean started to go do it, they had pulled the video down, because the guy actually, and good for him, man, I mean, he quality work, dude. You know, he one-man show, got hired Games Workshop, and he's going to be working in their you know, their production stuff, I guess, or, you know, making stuff. I mean, probably his, you know, live stream, who knows. But like I said, good on him. And I don't know, I was thinking about doing it. Damn, I put way too much glue on there. That is not what I wanted to do. We could fix that. Take some of this paper here and get it out of there. Another great way to get glue out of there is put your finger in there like that and hope that you don't get glued in. And again, the reason I'm doing it is I'm not entirely sold on these helmetless heads, and I think, I don't know, I got a feeling I'm gonna end up ripping them off and putting helmets in there. I definitely did not buy these Space Wolves for that. Alright, this is the tricky part, and it's the last part we gotta do on these guys, and that is getting these shields to get on here, because they do not go on the way that you would think. Oop, shoot, I forgot I gotta sand those pieces off, or I'll never get to them later, just because I won't be able to reach them. Got to know your limitations of what you can clean up later for the speed of wanting to be able to play the game. Alright. Nope, still got a little burr right there. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. You'll never take me alive. Come on now, don't do that. I need you to focus here, Space Wolf. You're not focusing. There you go. The problem with doing what I'm about to do is sometimes you put that glue on there and it just gets right down there and knocks off the piece you just glued. I'm sure you've all dealt with that. Got this piece here that needs to come off. And again, you're not even going to see this. Can't even get in there and paint it. But it is what it is. Oh man, did the same thing. Forgot to. All right. Hey, get back over there. I'll let that one sit for just a few seconds or minutes before I try to put some glue on it, because it ain't really on that good. It is not. Ain't. Gosh, listen to me talk. English, boy. English. Alright, last one. Well, I need to go back and glue that other guy, but yeah, the instructions, man. Whew. Absolutely horrible for this set. Make absolutely no sense. We're gonna play like that, are we? I don't want to play ball. Looks like we're stuck holding this one. Slowly move that over there. Let's go back and add a little bit of glue here. Firm up that joint. we'll just add a little bit of glue here. Firm that joint up. And I'm holding it upside down like this so that the glue runs to the other side, you know, and doesn't pool up there where you're going to be mostly painting, you know, where all the attention is going to be. I know that seems like a little, again, OCD, but, you know, I mean, you're putting all this work in. I mean, you might as well. And I'm kind of making sure it doesn't pool up. I'll wipe it with this, you know, that's why I get all this residue on the outside of it, is I'll wipe it with that. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Thunderwolf Cavalry, well, of what I have, is complete. And hopefully Games Workshop will get around to making some more. It says they don't have any currently online, or they're out of stock, because I think I would like to have an, I mean, I'm not even sure what these guys are. I think they're fast attack, maybe, but it would be really neat, you know, if you could, man, he looks like he's about to fall off. Well, I mean, you know, and that's completely your prerogative. I would tell you, do everything you can to get at least 3 good colors on there that you'll like. Especially since, you know, if you go to any major tournament or, you know, I mean, you go to a tournament or something like that, the person may, you know, they may require, you know, that the table, what, you know, whatever they claim the tabletop standard is. Oh, shoot. And besides, I mean, you're going to want to see, you know, you're going to want to see some color on your stuff, I promise you. I mean, you know, I've painted, you know, in my time, what have I painted? I think 6 or 7 armies. I know that's not a lot compared to some of these guys out there on YouTube, but, you know, there's something to be said once you accomplish it, that's for sure. And you don't have to go all out. I mean, that's what I plan on showing a lot of people here, is how you can get really good, you know, results with, you know, not a lot of effort. I mean, I don't know if you have a paintbrush. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you have an airbrush or, you know, anything like that, but there are plenty of ways that you can get this stuff done. And now you've got, you know, Games Workshop's, what are they, contrast paints and stuff like that. I don't have any, but you know, there's other options, you know, to speed up the painting. And I think they came out with that mainly because of the, you know, the fact that, you know, people didn't want to spend time painting and stuff like that. I don't know. Let me check these guys out real quick. Make sure I don't have any glue on this thing. I haven't bought any, I don't know if there's any new codexes out for 9th edition that I, you know, this last one here came out in 2018, so I haven't bought any more because that's the one thing that really annoys me. Oh yeah, man. Well, now, I mean, if you've done that for undercoating, now take your airbrush and use a gray or a white, you know, and go over top of it with that zenithal highlight that I was talking about. Use about a 45-degree angle, and just, you know, and you know, you don't have to be close at all. Just, you know, just enough. And I'll tell you something that might help you out. Well, and it's actually simpler than it sounds. So get your zenithal highlight going, which will help out a lot. But one thing that might help you if you're interested in going this far is take a picture of your model, like put something like a black shirt down or something like that so the light doesn't come up off the ground or off the surface you're on, and put your model down. Take a picture of it, you know, with your phone or whatever, and then you'll see where the natural lighting points are. and then those will be the areas that you'll, keep a little lighter than anything else. When it comes to washes, man, or, and shading, you got a couple of different ways you can do it. You can blend, you can do all like, stuff like that, but the washes and stuff like that, the key here when you're painting, and you probably already heard this, thin your paints, go thin, okay, multiple coats, that way you don't lose the detail. The washes, if you use detergent, like you use to wash your dishes and stuff, just put a couple drops in with some water. Distilled water is what I use, mainly because I know it's clean. And then add that water to your paint, and that will, the wash, and even your paint, if you will, and it will break up the surface tension from your wash or your paint, so that it flows off of the rounded parts and only goes into the recesses. And then just stand by with a paper towel or something like that. If you or even a drier brush, an old brush. That way, if it looks like it's pooling in areas you don't want it to, you just touch it and it'll suck it right up. You know what I mean? It's really not hard at all. At least, in my experience. I mean, a lot of the techniques that these guys are using today, not to say that, I knew all this stuff before. I did these things before. I just didn't know that there was a name to them, that they were, in fact, a method. It just made sense to me is all. And now it's, guys are literally making, a living off of it, which, right on, man. Happy for them. Let's see here. Inceptors. Is that what you said? Inceptor? I don't know. I can't remember. Well, I'm already past fast attack. So where the heck is the Thunderwolf Cavalry at? Are they troops? Can't be troops. Maybe they're elites. Alright, Logan Grimnar. This is all headquarters. They got, man, the Space Wolves have a ton of characters, man. Crazy. Let's see here. Trying to find the Thunderwolf Cavalry. Elites. I don't see them. They can't be troops. There's no way. If they're troops, that means you could field an army of these guys. That would be awesome. Ah, fast attack. That's what I thought. 3 wounds. Toughness 5. That's one thing I don't know if it happened, is when the Space Marines got 2 wounds versus 1, does that mean that things like this, like the Thunderwolf Cavalry and stuff, go up another wound? I don't know. Yeah, I knew that was too good to be true, man. That'd be awesome if you could field them as troops. I mean, I guess you can field them however you want in open play, really. Yep. No, I'm just happy I'm finally putting all this stuff together, man. I've actually, I've actually felt guilty about not doing it. I mean, like, just constantly moving the boxes around as we would move, or need to get to something and the boxes are in the way. And it's like, what the heck did I buy all this stuff for? It's just sitting in boxes. I mean, literally a miniature hoarder. But we're doing all right. So what do we got next on the agenda here? For whenever I get to it, is going to be these guys. So that's going to be our next deal. So yeah, I'm not going to work on it right now. It's 11 o'clock at night. I have some other things, unfortunately, I have to do, but we'll be working on the long fangs, my gosh, freaking wolf pack or blood claws. I gotta look all that up and see how that's gonna break down. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to call it a night on this stream. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me this long. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you subscribed, liked the channel. Please comment after it's over so that way it helps the channel. And please spread the word. And again, thank you guys so much.